Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a special edition of Tom Sox Conversations. Today, on the countdown to the 2020 MLB Draft, I'm joined today by someone you might recognize from a few seasons ago, now Cubs prospect, former Old Dominion player, Bryce Windham. Bryce, how you doing?
I'm doing great, David. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. So, you came to the Tom Sox in 2017, the year before your senior season, which is a super important year to be in summer ball. What do you think you took away from that most? How do you think you developed most in that summer?
I think that summer I really learned how to become a leader. I was supposed to be a short-term kind of guy, but I stepped in and filled the shortstop role that summer. And we had a lot of good guys on that team, but I somehow found a way to lead and really kind of take the reins of that team and help take the reins of that team because, we all did it together. But I thought I was a little bit older than everybody. So I felt that summer mostly helped me become a leader for the next year.
And that's something that you took away to Old Dominion, your
Yep.
career year.
Right, yeah.
Do you think it helped you prepare anything, especially the leadership role for your time in the pro ball with the Cubs organization?
Oh, for sure. And especially summer ball, you come together with new guys and you figure out ways to win. In pro ball, I knew nobody. And half the time, my teammates weren't speaking English. So I really had to figure out a way to lead. And, of course, I started catching. So, that's the most important position on the field, in my opinion, in terms of, being the leader, being the vocal guy, and, getting guys in the right positions and things like that. So, again, that summer really helped me transition to pro ball.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything specific, a specific memory that stands out to you from that 2017 summer season, other than just winning the championship?
Well, how can you forget the championship series, that was just awesome. We started off at home, won, and then we went to Stanton. We lost on purpose, only so that we could win it at home, of course. That's the story that we're all sticking to. So, that was one of the best memories I've ever had in my baseball career was that.
And are there any guys other than your Old Dominion teammates that you still keep up with from your time in Charlottesville?
Keenan Bell, Mike Wolanski, the VCU guys, Hayden Lamb, Connor, Justin, Steve, all those kind of guys. Who it was nice because we played VCU that next year, and so it was fun to mess around with those guys on the field with our own schools. So, yeah.
So now, going back to more of a pro ball sense, explain to me your process of sort of your senior year of getting scouted and ultimately a lead up to the draft.
Well, I started catching my senior year for the first time ever, and that was just new. So I really didn't have pro ball in my mind at the start of the fall. So I was just trying to learn how to, catch. This is brand new to me. And, pop time started getting recorded. And then, teams were coming to scout Vinny, obviously, and Kyle. And so that helped me get more looks. So that's kind of what transitioned into me ended up getting drafted was them guys being so good. That helped me out in the long run.
And then explain to me the feeling of getting drafted, maybe somewhat surprisingly in your case.
Oh, man, it was a feeling that's very hard to put into words. Like the moment you see your name come across the board, it's like you instantly think back to freshman year when I didn't play, and sophomore year when I played half the time. And then it's just kind of the buildup of all your hard work and finally seeing your name come across that board was pretty special.
So, of course, now you've spent a year with the Cubs organization and their rookie ball affiliate. How have you adapted sort of to this year after how last year was? How have you adapted to the changes you've had to make, obviously, other than just not being able to play at all right now?
I really have been spending this time to, get stronger, work on my body. And being able to spend time with my family. So it's kind of it's a blessing and a curse. Obviously, I'd love to be playing baseball right now, but I get to be home and see friends and family who I don't see all spring or all summer during a regular year and staying in baseball shape. The first off season was different because you have so much time on your hands as far as, no one's there forcing you to do anything. So it's really all up to you of how good you want to end up being. So that was just a different adjustment period. But, I mean, that off season helped me be fine during this time because now I'm just doing everything I was doing before. And the short spring training helped me, learn what I needed to do, see how other guys came back from the off season. So that's kind of nice to be able to look and compare and see what you need to do to get better.
And how was it interacting with some of those guys that maybe you've never met before during the spring training, obviously before it got cut short?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, I was lucky enough to be in the big league spring training game against the Cleveland Indians. And, I was talking to Javi Baez before the game and things like that. Like, it was just an unreal feeling of being in the dugout with those guys, and AAA guys, AA guys, they all do the same drills as us in the position work and as catchers. So it's really nice to be able to learn from those guys and be able to grow.
And then once the season starts up again, if it does this season, and if not next season, what are you looking to improve most heading in whenever you're going to get to play again?
Personally, I'm definitely looking to improve my game calling because, I mean, as a catcher, I feel like that's very, very, very important, especially in pro ball. And, I mean, I've never learned. I mean, in college, that was my first time ever catching, and it's all the pitches are called for you. And so going into rookie ball, like I had said before, it's kind of funny. I just imagined like I was playing MLB The Show, and that's how I was pitching. You get them, you trick them and start them off with the curveball. Then you go inside fastball, like up and in. It's like you're playing a video game. But as I would transition to short season or low A, then, scouting reports become more prevalent and things like that. So definitely my game calling is what I was looking to improve more this year.
And then when you reflect on all your time playing baseball from high school, college, summer ball, what is the one thing that sticks out to you most about that experience that you'll use going forward?
Just all the people I've met, from my own teammates and just other teams, going to Southern Miss and being able to talk to Matt Wallner, who was, first round draft pick. And now I, know him. Like, I would have never known all these guys that I know if it wasn't for baseball. Like Nico Horner, was a starting shortstop for the Cubs at the end of the year. Like, I played him in fantasy football when he made his debut. So, like, it's just little things like that you'll never forget of guys you met and remember.
And that's all I have. Is there anything you'd like to add to say to the fans here in Charlottesville?
Go Tom Sox, baby.
Well, that's all we have here for today's episode of Tom Sox Conversations. Of course, be sure to follow us on our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channels, as well as the Valley League's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram channels. But otherwise, that's all we have for today's lead up to the MLB draft happening June 10th and 11th. Bryce, thanks for joining us, and thank you all for joining us here today on Tom Sox Conversations.